Avery, I guess just kind of starting with you. Obviously, your first game as a punter. Just how do you feel like you hit the ball, and just kind of assess your first game out there as a punter.
I thought I did well as the first game. I averaged 40 yards. Nothing. I wasn't too excited about it. I think there's a lot more yards I can get. I think I can do a lot better. I think I did hit some good balls, but I think I need to be more consistent out there.
Hey, Avery, Scott Reveley from The Advocate. Talk about the competition at that position. Do you expect it to continue with Peyton, or is it something a week to week thing, or do you feel like this is your job, as far as going forward?
Um, I think there's a competition there every day. Every Tuesday, every Thursday, every Saturday, there's always the competition going on, and that's I think that's the same for every position. But throughout camp, me and Peyton battled it out. Peyton's a great punter, and as I'm concerned, I think I'm the starting punter. I think I should be for the foreseeable future. But if something happens to me and Peyton goes in, I know he'll do a great job.
Hey, Avery is the guy chosen to wear the number 18 jersey. They always say leadership. It's easy to lead when winning and everything's happy. What role are you playing right now after this loss? And some fans are upset and all those kind of different things. What would you tell them, and what are you telling your teammates?
I think the biggest thing to tell everybody right now is we're good. We took a loss, but something I think about every time is I think Clemson was the first national champion in 2018 to go undefeated. So there's a lot of football ahead of us. We have a really good team. I know we took one loss, but we got a lot of football left.
Hey, everyone, Wilson Alexander from The Advocate. Jacques just mentioned that 18. We haven't talked to you since they revealed it. When did you know that you were getting that number, and what does it mean to you to be a specialist, wearing that?
Yeah, I think that they let me know. I think it was a week ago from today, actually, and it was a huge honor. Not something I was expecting at all. Being a specialist, I think I'm the first specialist to wear that number. It's a huge honor. I know it comes with a lot of responsibility, but I was excited. My family was excited. But yeah.
Gotcha. And then, unrelated, going back something to last week, maybe it's not as quite as relevant now after a game, but y'all coming home and you're going to need to play McNeese, and there's so many areas, McNeese and here, that have been affected by hurricanes.
Yeah.
How much was that something that Coach Orgeron talked about last week in the lead up to that game? What people were going through back home as y'all were practicing in Houston?
Yeah, it was something he kind of stressed out a lot. There's a lot of people that are hurting right now in Louisiana. And he reminded us, and he still reminds us today, that there are people without power, but come Saturday they're going to find a way to either get into Tiger Stadium or they're going to find a way to watch the game. So we know that we have a responsibility to take care of Louisiana and make them proud.
Hey, Avery, yeah, we were just talking with Ed, and he said one of the big differences that he's noticed is just the mood in the locker room and kind of around the program following a loss this year as opposed to last year. I was just wondering if you could speak to that and just kind of the conversations you've had with teammates over the last 48, 72 hours about just kind of where you guys are mentally.
Yeah, and I think it's something that right after the game it kind of felt different from last year. Is it wasn't there. Of course, there was disappointment, but I guess you could say there was hope. There's like we're going to be better for this, and I think that's how the mood is around here. Right now is, yeah, we lost, but we do have a good team, and next Saturday is another chance for us to show that.
Avery, it's Scott Reveley again. It seems unusual in college for a guy to punt and kick or kick off, but obviously you did both in high school. Are the motions, the techniques, are they that as dissimilar as they look, or are there a lot of ways where it's like these are complementary things to be doing?
Yeah, I mean it's kind of, you can look at it in similar assets to where it's kicking. But there are a lot of different things. Kickoff, everything's mostly stationary. I mean, obviously there's the approach of the kicker, but the ball's stationary. It's elevated. And in punting, everything's moving. The ball is moving. The punter's moving. You have to catch a snap. So there's a lot of more things that are involved in punting that you have to take into consideration. That's not necessarily on the kickoff side.
Avery, you mentioned this a second ago, how like in the locker room post game, it was more hope than you might have felt otherwise. Is it right that sort of like even when the coaches come in, y'all as players were already talking at that point? Like, take us to the locker room after the game. What was going on in that regard?
Yeah, so right after the game, like I said, there was disappointment. We walked. You walked into the locker room, and everybody was just kind of standing there, and then Damone brought the team up and was like, this isn't the end. Just because we lost one game, it's the first game of the season. I mean, I mean, I don't know if I should say this, but I'm glad it happened, first game rather than the 10th. He did a really good job. That's why he's 18 as well. He's a great leader, and he kind of huddled us up right before Coach O talked to us and was like, we got to get to the straight path, and we're gonna.